Hello, I've just had a slight technical issue. I've realised I've spent 10 minutes talking and then suddenly realised that the live feed had gone, so I was effectively talking to myself. So let's make a second attempt to do this. I said I would talk about the importance of Tai Chi for physical health and well-being because it's been very much in the news. And Tai Chi specifically got mentioned in an article that said that even if you're doing 10,000 steps a day, you probably aren't doing enough to keep you healthy. When you talk about exercise, people will think initially exercise to lose weight, purely burning calories off. Yes, exercise does have a role in that. It's an important part of the overall equation of, the calories, the energy that you're burning off compared with the energy that you're putting in. That is actually quite a complex issue. It is one I know something about. But I will say, since I've been doing Tai Chi, and that really is a major part of my exercise and well-being, I am losing weight without counting calories. So if that's an issue for you, PM me and I can maybe point in the direction of getting some information. The second thing exercise is often mentioned in relation to is cardiac health. When you talk about cardio exercise, which gets your heart pumping properly, that obviously is important for your heart health. When you think about the heart's a muscle, it makes perfect sense that it needs to keep moving, because if it isn't moving enough, then that's when the muscle isn't used, that's when it starts to atrophy and doesn't work as effectively as it should do. And obviously it's very important that your heart is working as effectively as it should do. Okay, so now apply that principle of muscles need to be used regularly, and it becomes fairly obvious where Tai Chi can be of benefit. Excuse me. When you're doing these exercises, you are obviously gently using muscles and gently moving joints. And to quote another mantra that a doctor came up with recently, motion is the best lotion. If you've got painful joints, the best thing you can do is gently move them to encourage the repair that's needed. If the damage is due to the sheer weight on the joint because of the physical weight of your body, that obviously needs to be dealt with another way. If the problem with your joint is due to inflammatory, an excess inflammatory response, again, that needs to be dealt with another way. Again, I will say PM me, because that's something I do know a little bit about. But the main thing is, and going back to the mantra of use it or lose it, is muscle strength. If you don't use your muscles, then they're going to lose their strength. And trust me, as you get older, it's very easy to lose the strength in your lower body, especially these core muscles here. And you're probably fed up of hearing me say at the start of each class, engage your core abdominal muscles. Well, there's a reason I say that. It's because that's actually a really good and helpful thing to do. So when you're doing the exercises, you are actually using the muscles in your legs and arms. And even if you're doing the exercises seated, where obviously you're not using your legs in quite the same way, you can still use those muscles. There are a number of moves where I will say dip slightly onto one knee. And if I'm saying to the standing group, dip gently onto your left knee, if you're seated, what you can do is gently raise your right heel. So it's only gentle movement, but it's gently moved. Try it now for sitting down. You're gently exercising. Well, think of all the joints that you're moving. The knee, the ankle, the hip, and even the joints right at the base of your toes. So even that is gently using those joints, which will be helpful for keeping the joints mobile, and you are using the muscles. Possibly not as much, well, definitely not as much as you would do if you felt able to stand, but you are still using them. And come back to the little mantra of mine: use it or lose it. Another very important part of Tai Chi is how it helps with balance. Muscle strength and balance tend to go together. And Tai Chi is actually used within the NHS for helping in falls prevention clinics, because it does help people improve their balance in all sorts of ways. At the start of each class, I take you through what's called a rooting and grounding exercise. That image where I get you to imagine, glass elevator, and with every out breath, the elevator sinks further down. There is an exercise that you can do with a partner that will help you to see how effective that is. Now, obviously, I can't do that at the moment because I am here on my own. But what I will do is I will put up a second video at some point where I will get somebody to work with me so that I can show you how effective that exercise can be for helping your balance. And once you know how to do that, you can actually apply that when you're out and about walking. Okay. I've managed to get through that much quicker than I did first time. So what I'd like to invite you to do now is to get yourself into the position where you're actually going to be doing the move set, whether you're going to be sitting or standing. Okay, I'll just excuse me while I move back to my space. So, if you're standing, stand with your feet apart, about a hip width. Just take a look down at your feet, make sure that they're parallel. And gradually work up. Just gently relax your knees. Straighten your back. Just let your arms hang loosely by your sides. Make sure your neck's straight. Tuck your chin in and try to get your chin parallel with the floor. Engage these core abdominal muscles with a slight pelvic tilt. And then just close your eyes for a moment and just do a quick scan. And I want you to check that if you're standing, that your weight is evenly balanced, front and back and side to side. If you're sitting, just do a quick scan to make sure that your weight is evenly balanced on your bottom, that you're not leaning slightly to one side. As always, the mantra is work within 70% of your maximum capability. So if for some reason standing or sitting upright, in the ideal position is painful, it's simple, don't do it. Just get yourself in a position that's as close as possible to them. Do them. It's not about doing moves perfectly, it's about doing them perfectly for you. So now you've got yourself into your nice ideal position. Just keep your eyes closed. And I want you to imagine that you're in a beautiful glass elevator looking out over the most beautiful countryside. And as you breathe, with every out breath, just slowly Imagine that lift path slowly floating down, floor by floor by floor, until you get right to the bottom, so that you feel really stable and really comfortable and firm and balanced. And stand with your hands so the palms are pointing towards the back. And if you're seated, just get them on your lap or down by your side, whatever is comfortable for you. And on your next in breath, just slowly let your arms float up as far as you can get them in one gentle breath. And then as you breathe out, just let them sink all the way down. Imagine you have a pocket spring on your wrist. As your arms rise, your hands drop a little. And then as you breathe out, the hand flexes slightly the other way. Just let your movements be gentle, natural, easy, comfortable. Breathe in, just let your arms float up. Breathe out, and they just float back down. Breathe in, and arms float up. Breathe out, and they float back down. And then the last time for this move, breathe out, and let your hands sink down. And then with your next in breath, they float up again, but this time turn your palms in and let your arms spread out. And as you breathe out, everything just reverses itself. As you breathe in, feel your chest and lungs expanding, and feel them relaxing with the out breath. And just let your arms move in response to that. Maybe as you breathe in, you can imagine you breathe in all kinds of positive feelings. And as you breathe out, imagine you release any stress or tension, like racing. Breathe in, your arms float off and spread out. And as you breathe out, your hands float back in and back down. And then the last time for this move, breathe out. And then this time as you breathe in, let your hands rise up. And you bring them to a comfortable position as if you're forming an arch or holding a ball just in front of your head. And as you breathe out, sit slightly on your left knee and let your right arm float down. As you breathe in, everything comes back up. And then do the same, dipping on the right knee, or if you're seated, raising the left heel, as your left arm uncurls and curls back up. as your hands move through the air, you can maybe imagine that you've got rainbow-coloured paint on your fingers. You're actually painting a rainbow. And all those rainbow colours just make you feel so energetic and so positive. Breathe out. Let one hand float down as you dip on one knee. And as you breathe in, everything comes back to the centre. And then last time for this move, you breathe in, your weight comes up, your hand comes up, and turn your hands outwards. As you breathe out, just let your arms sweep down by your side. And as you breathe in, your arms rise up again. Now as you breathe out, let your hands sweep down again. And every time your hands sweep down, you can imagine that you're pushing away any clouds that surround you. Breathe out, let your hands sweep down. As you breathe in, they rise up again. Breathe out and sweep down. And you rise up again. And then last time for this move, breathe out, let your arms sweep down, but bring them into position in front of your abdomen. And as you breathe in, gently turn from the waist and let one hand drift out to one side. And as you breathe in, turn back and the hand drifts back in. Keep the core abdominal muscles engaged for this move to help make the turn from the waist, so that your hips and knees stay floating forward. Breathe in, take one hand out to one side to turn from the waist. Breathe in, and everything comes back to the centre. And the last time for this move, this time as you breathe out, I want you to bring your hands into position in front of your abdomen, ready for balance your chin. As you breathe in, imagine you're feeling around the outside of an imaginary ball, and as you breathe out, then you're pushing that ball under water. Be careful with this move, you don't take your hands too high. Take your hands no higher than your heart. Breathe in, feel around the outside of the ball, breathe out and push it under water. And then the last time for this move, and as you breathe out, just let your hands come to rest in front of your abdomen or on your wrist. And just a moment, stand and breathe and just let everything settle. And then when you're ready, get yourself into a comfortable position, ready for the mindfulness meditation. And as always, the beginning and end of the meditation will be sounded by the singing bowl. So first of all, I'd like to invite you to follow the sound of the singing bowl as it fades away. Find the silence and the peace as the singing bowl fades into silence. Get yourself comfortable and settled in your chair or bed or wherever you're doing this meditation. Become very aware of the touch of the bed or chair on your body. Become aware of the support that you get from it. Allow yourself to sink a little further in. As you do, just let your shoulders relax. Make sure your hands are relaxed and your feet are relaxed. And then imagine gravity pulling you a little further in. And just relax everything just a little bit more. Then I'd like you to bring your attention to your breath. Just let your attention rest on every in-breath and every out-breath. Just notice what it is you notice as you breathe. Because most of the time your breathing happens automatically. I want you to be really aware of everything that you feel as you go through each breath. Are you aware of air moving? Are you aware of muscles moving? Whatever comes most strongly to your attention, just let your attention be on that. And any time you notice that your mind has got bored and wandered away, which is perfectly natural, that's what minds do. I don't want you to get annoyed with yourself, or criticise yourself, or tick yourself off. I just want you to congratulate yourself and say, hey, I noticed that my mind had wandered off. Give yourself a gold star. Maybe you can acknowledge the thought that took you away, and then let that thought drift away like a cloud in the summer sky. And then gently lead your focus back to your breath. And it really doesn't matter how many times you need to do that. Once, twice, 10 or 20 times. The important thing is that you notice what your mind is doing and gently lead it back to focusing on every in-breath and every out-breath. Because right here, right now, nothing else matters except just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Just this breath going in, just this breath going out. Because whatever is going on in your life, whatever stresses and concerns you may have, all you can do is just cope in this moment, and in this moment, and in this moment. So just let your thoughts become anchored in the simple act of breathing in and breathing out. And use your breath as an anchor whenever your thoughts want to wander away to things which right here, right now, you don't need to worry about. And maybe as you rest your focus on your breath, you can become aware of that brief moment when everything is still, and your in-breath becomes an out-breath, and your out-breath becomes an in-breath. Just for a brief moment, everything is still. Try to rest your awareness in that moment of stillness, without holding your breath or changing your breath in any way. Just become aware of that moment of stillness. And maybe you could imagine that every time that happens, it puts a tiny drop of stillness into a place where you can find it when everything around you is rushing and you just need to be still. You will always have a stop of stillness to call on. I'd like you to find that place now. And as you breathe in, imagine you breathe down deeply into that place. As you breathe out, that feeling of stillness and calmness, or maybe of confidence or peacefulness, is carried with your out-breath. And as you breathe, I want you to imagine that the whole of your body becomes filled up with that feeling. And it starts by going into your toes and then rises to your feet and ankles to fill your lower legs and goes through your knees and then along your thighs. And then slowly with every breath, the feeling rises up through your torso, all the way from your hips to your shoulders. And then it fills your arms, your hands and your fingers. And then finally it rises to your neck, into your head and face. And just for a moment, become aware of the whole of your body filled with this good feeling. And just enjoy how good this feels. And then bring your attention once more to your breath. And slowly let your attention start to move outwards, becoming aware once more of the support you're getting from the bed or chair. And then becoming aware of the touch of the bed or chair on your body. And then becoming aware of sounds both inside and outside the room. And then bring yourself back to full awareness, but keep in your mind the thought that you can recall this good feeling anytime you need to by anchoring your thoughts into your breath. I hope you found that helpful. And if you want a little bit more information about any of the things that I discussed earlier in the video, do please feel free to leave a message either on this page, the Crystal Wolf Qigong and Mindfulness page, or the main Crystal Wolf page, or PM me personally. So in the meantime, I hope it's been helpful, and I hope you have a really good day. And I will see you next week. And if you have something specific that you'd like me to cover next week, again, please PM me and ask me about it. Namaste.